When you sign up for an account, what should I put as anticipated monthly purchases? I don't want to get denied, but I also don't want to lie. What should I enter? Thank you in advance. So this is a great question and one that I get frequently, regardless of whatever wholesale company that you're applying for. Generally speaking, most will have a question like this. And my honest answer is I don't really think it matters what you put there, okay? Now, if you're specifically looking for the right answer there, what I would say that you plan on ordering is ultimately you plan on ordering a couple hundred units or a couple $1,000s worth of inventory and testing it out, right? Too many people, in my opinion, come from the kind of the angle, I guess you could say, of oh, the wholesale company's doing me this huge favor by accepting me, right? And I think that's the wrong approach, right? It's a mutual relationship, right? It's mutually beneficial. They're providing the products to you and you are paying for those products, right? So it's not just them doing you a favor, right? It's a two-way street, okay? So just like they're potentially vetting to see if you're a good buyer, well, you should also be, in theory, potentially vetting to see if they're a good supplier, right? So for you to go into something like that and say, I plan on spending hundreds of thousands of dollars, not only is it, like you said, would be a lie, most likely, unless you are. If you are, then by all means do that, right? But you're asking this question, so chances are you probably aren't. What I would say is you plan on testing it out, seeing if it's a good fit, right? Something like that, spending, a couple $1,000s or ordering a couple hundred units of a product or a couple of different products and testing out the relationship, seeing if it's a good fit, right? I wouldn't say you're testing out the relationship, but maybe say, hey, I plan on ordering a couple hundred units to see if it's a good fit and see if those products, fit well for my customers. Whatever you want to say, but it's better to come from the kind of perspective of hey, not only am I buying from you, yes, you're providing a service, but I'm buying those products from you as well, right? So it's a two-way street. I kind of wanted to tackle that. Obviously, I get where you're coming from. I get this question, like I said, on the daily, so it is a very good question, and I wanted to tackle it for you. But ultimately, you don't need to worry about hey, what should I put into anticipated monthly purchases or I don't want to lie to them. Ultimately, remember, they're not doing you a favor. It's a two-way street, and you're both benefiting.